Tina had always been a beautiful woman with a strong education. Yet, despite her qualifications, she couldn't land a job. Every interview, every opportunity seemed to slip through her fingers. Watching her friends and peers rise while she remained stuck in failure, Tina felt desperate. One fateful evening, after yet another rejection, she walked home, heart heavy with frustration. That's when she saw a black cat in the middle of the street. It wasn't unusual to see cats in the area, but this one felt different. It stood still, staring at her with golden eyes. "Why do you look so lost?" the cat asked, breaking the silence. Shocked, Tina froze. "Did you just speak?" The cat nodded. "I can change your life, give you a new face, a new start, but it will come at a cost." Desperate, she agreed, without fully understanding the consequences. The cat vanished into the night, leaving her with a sense of foreboding. The following morning, Tina looked in the mirror, and her reflection had changed. She was still beautiful, but her face was subtly different, more captivating, glowing with an allure that drew people's attention. Her confidence skyrocketed. She soon realized that her face changed every night. By day, she had her new face, the one that earned her respect, attention, and success. By night, her real face, the one she was born with, returned. With her new face, Tina's life turned around. She landed a high-paying job, her career took off, and people around her treated her with respect and admiration. Her luxurious lifestyle, once out of reach, was now within her grasp. Tina never planned to fall in love. For months, she had everything: success, admiration, power. The trade with the cat had been worth it. She knew the rules. By day, she was perfect. By night, she was invisible. And she accepted it. Until she met Chuka. It was a normal evening, and her night face had returned. She wasn't expecting anyone to notice her. But then Chuka did. He looked past the face the world ignored and saw something no one else had. And for the first time, Tina felt something she had never felt before: seen. At first, she told herself it was nothing. A few conversations, a few laughs. But before she knew it, she was waiting for nightfall just to see him. For the first time, her night face, the one she used to hate, felt like a gift. But there was a problem. Chuka had fallen for her night face. The one that wasn't supposed to matter. The one she couldn't show in the morning. So, she lied. She made excuses whenever he asked to meet during the day. She avoided places with bright lights, afraid he might notice something strange. She thought she could keep the secret forever. But secrets have a way of coming out. And love has a way of demanding the truth. The next morning, Tina sat in front of the mirror, staring at the beautiful face she had come to love. But today, for the first time, it felt like a mask. A mask she couldn't take off. She wanted to see Chuka, wanted him to hold her, to smile at her the way he always did. But would he recognize her? Or worse, would he reject her? She knocked it off and went to work. At night, as she lay in bed, she felt it again. The eyes. She turned her head slowly. And there it was, perched on the windowsill, its golden gaze glowing in the dark. The cat. She sat up, her heart pounding. "What do you want?" she whispered. The cat's tail flicked lazily. Then, the voice slithered into her mind. "You are playing a dangerous game, Tina." She clenched the sheets. "I haven't broken the rules." "Haven't you?" The cat jumped down from the window, moving closer, its paws silent on the floor. "You made a trade. Success and love, but never at the same time." It circled her, its fur brushing against her skin. "You think he won't notice?" Tina's stomach twisted. And if she wasn't careful, she would lose everything. She turned to the cat, her voice low and desperate. "Please, Just let me be one person again." The cat purred, almost like it was amused. "Ah, Tina, you ask for so much." She gritted her teeth. "I don't care about the deal anymore. I just want to be whole." The cat leapt onto the bed, staring at her with ancient, knowing eyes. Then, it whispered something that sent ice through her veins. "Then find the one who had your face before you." Tina froze. "What?" But the cat was already fading, melting into the shadows. Her breath came in short gasps. What did it mean? Someone else had her face? And if that was true, who was she really? Tina went to the one place she had avoided for so long, her childhood home. It had been years since she'd been back. She'd moved out the moment she had gotten her first job, too eager to escape. But now, as she stood before the house, the memories hit her like a wave. Her mother had always been distant, never really telling her about the past. And her father? He had been a mystery too, gone before she was old enough to ask questions. She pushed open the door, the creak of the old wood echoing in the silent house. "Hello?" she called out, her voice trembling. There was no answer. But as she stepped inside, she noticed something strange. A photo on the wall. It was an old photograph, yellowed with time, showing a woman who looked familiar. The face. It was the same. Her breath caught in her throat. The woman in the picture had the same features, same eyes, same smile, everything. It was her face. But it wasn't her. Tina picked up the photograph, her hands shaking. She had to know more. She turned and walked down the hallway toward her mother's room. She had to confront her. "Mom?" she called softly, knocking on the door. There was no response. But the door wasn't locked. Tina pushed it open slowly. Inside, everything was the same as it had been when she was a child. Old furniture, faded curtains, and dust covering the shelves. But then her eyes landed on something else, a mirror on the wall. The reflection in the glass was not hers. It was the woman from the photograph. Tina stumbled back. Her heart raced. What was going on? The woman in the reflection stared back at her, her eyes empty and dark. And then, the reflection smiled. Not Tina's smile, but the smile of someone else, someone she couldn't place. Tina's mother stepped into the hallway, her eyes steady but distant. "I should have told you long ago, but I was afraid. I didn't want you to know the truth." Tina swallowed hard. "The truth?" Her mother nodded. "The face you wear. It belonged to someone else before you, someone who made the same deal you did, with the same cat." Tina's mind raced. She had been replaced, and the face she wore wasn't even her own. The room felt like it was closing in around her. She couldn't breathe. Her entire life had been a lie. She wasn't Tina. Not really. She was just the woman who had inherited someone else's fate. And now, she was paying the price. She looked at her mother, her heart breaking. "How do I fix this?" Her mother shook her head. "There is no fixing it. The deal has been made." But then her mother's eyes softened. "There is one way to change it, one way to break free." Tina's heart stopped. "What is it?" Her mother's voice dropped to a whisper. "You must find the one who wore your face before you, and give her back what was stolen." Tina felt cold all over. The woman who had her face. And the price? It was her own soul. Tina felt like the air had been stolen from her lungs. Her mother's words echoed in her mind. "Find the one who wore your face before you, and give her back what was stolen." She swallowed hard. Who is she?" Her mother hesitated, then sighed. Her name was Obianuju. That name sent a shiver through Tina. It felt strangely familiar, yet distant, like a whisper she had heard in a dream. "Where is she now?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Her mother's eyes darkened. That's the problem. Tina's stomach twisted. She's dead, isn't she? Her mother exhaled sharply. No, but she's lost, forgotten, and if you don't find her... She didn't finish. She didn't need to. Tina knew what she meant. If she didn't find Obianuju, the cycle would continue. And one day, she would be the one forgotten. Tina barely slept that night. The weight of what she had learned pressed against her chest like a stone. By morning, she had made her decision. She had to find Obianuju. She went back to her mother, demanding more answers. Where was she last seen? Her mother hesitated, then finally said, Igboho. Tina frowned. The town in Oyo State? Her mother nodded. She was last seen there many years ago. But be careful, Tina. Some things are better left buried. Tina ignored the warning. She had no choice. She packed her bags that same day and boarded a bus to Igboho. If Obianuju was still out there, Tina would find her. Because if she didn't... She knew the cat would come back. And this time, it might not leave her with a choice. Igboho was quiet when she arrived, the kind of town where everyone knew each other. Tina wasted no time. She went straight to the market, asking about Obianuju. Most people shook their heads. Some gave her strange looks. But then, an old woman sitting by a stall grabbed her wrist. You shouldn't be asking about her, the woman whispered. Tina's heart pounded. Why not? The woman's milky eyes locked onto hers. Because the dead do not like to be disturbed. Tina's breath hitched. She's dead. The old woman shook her head slowly. Not dead, not alive, just forgotten. A chill ran down Tina's spine. What happened to her? The woman leaned in, her breath warm against Tina's ear. She was cursed, just like you. Tina's blood ran cold. How did this woman know? Before she could ask, the woman whispered, If you want to find her, go to the old shrine by the river. But be warned, some doors, once opened, can never be closed. Tina swallowed hard. She had come too far to turn back now. If Obianuju was at the shrine, then that was where she had to go. No matter what waited for her there. The shrine was deep in the forest, hidden beneath towering trees and thick vines. It smelled of damp earth and something else, something ancient. Tina stepped forward, her heart thudding. The place felt wrong. Then she heard it. A soft voice singing. Her breath caught. She turned toward the riverbank. And there, standing by the water, was a woman with her face. Tina's knees nearly buckled. It was Obianuju. She was real. And now she was staring right at her. Tina's heart pounded as she stared at the woman by the river. She wasn't imagining it. This was real. Obianuju had the same face, the same delicate features, the same sharp eyes, but there was something off. Her skin was pale, almost grayish, as if the life had been drained from it. Her eyes were distant, lost. And yet, she was singing. A soft, eerie tune that sent chills down Tina's spine. Tina took a cautious step forward. Obianuju? The woman stopped singing. Slowly, she turned. Their eyes met, and Tina felt like the world had tilted beneath her feet. It was like looking into a ghostly reflection. Obianuju's lips curled into a slow, knowing smile. I was wondering when you'd come, she said. Her voice was soft but heavy, carrying an unsettling calmness. Tina's throat went dry. You know who I am? Obianuju nodded. Of course, you have what used to be mine. Tina's fingers twitched. My face. Obianuju took a step closer. Not just your face, Tina, your life. Tina's chest tightened. I don't understand. Obianuju let out a bitter chuckle. You think you're the first? That you're special? Her gaze darkened. No, You're just another piece in the cycle. Tina swallowed hard. What cycle? Obianuju's expression turned cold. The cat didn't tell you, did it? A sharp chill ran through Tina's body. What do you mean? Obianuju exhaled, stepping even closer. The deal we made wasn't just about beauty and success. It was about replacement. Tina's breath caught. The one who came before always loses their face, their identity, their existence. Obianuju's voice grew heavy with sorrow. And the new one, you, takes their place. Tina shook her head, her body trembling. No, that can't be true. Obianuju's eyes bore into hers. Then tell me this, Tina. Who were you before you had this face? Tina opened her mouth to answer, but nothing came out, because she couldn't remember. Her childhood memories were hazy, as if they belonged to someone else. Her past before the deal? Blurry. It was as if she had only begun existing after she met the cat. Her stomach twisted. Obianuju's voice was barely a whisper. You were me, Tina, just like I was someone before. And if you don't break free, one day, someone else will wear your face. Tina felt like she was falling, her reality crumbling. It was never just about beauty. It was about erasure. She wasn't just given a new face. She had been reborn as someone else. She clutched her head, panic rising. How do I stop it? Obianuju's face darkened. There's only one way, she said. Give me back what's mine. In the end, Tina made her choice. She gave back the stolen face. She felt herself shrink, becoming the person she was before. The cat screeched in fury and vanished. And Tina? She was free. She found a new life, a quiet one, but a real one. And most importantly, she was now able to meet her lover, Chuka, at any time without fear or secrets. She was ordinary now, no wealth, no fame. But for the first time, she was truly herself. And that was enough. The lesson from Tina's story is about the dangers of seeking success or beauty through unnatural means and the importance of staying true to oneself. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments section. Bye!